everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. The race is on for playoff spots, and a look now at how things are shaping up in the NFC. These teams battling for the best possible seeds as we head toward Wild Card Weekend. Should be an exciting finish to the regular season. It's the Giants going up against the Redskins. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, we are due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins. They go play action here on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Halfback sent in motion. Back to throw now on first down. And incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and that'll bring up second down. This offense has a lot to account for, but at the top of the defense's list is OBJ.
I'm not sure how you really game plan for him, because no matter what you do, he finds a way to uncover himself downfield. And the speed gets it from his mom, a former sprinter at LSU.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Set. Detroit. Detroit. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. And here is the Redskin defense.
Geno Atkins is an absolute force as a defensive tackle, forces every offense that he plays against to alter their game plan.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down.
All right, now, gun! Gun! All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So our initial drive here this afternoon results in 3. I'm not sure that was a statement necessarily, but getting points on the road, never a bad thing.
No question about it, Brandon. You had a crowd that was all fired up during pregame introductions, yet you're able to quiet them just a little bit by taking the early lead.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Leopard. Leopard. Watch it now, Barney. 3-19. 3-19. Watch it now, Barney. There we go now. Leopard. 39.
First carry for Matt Jones. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. All right, let's meet your starters. Matt Jones. What do you have to say, Charles?
Supposed to just be a third down back when he came into the league. He ran so well, it forced everyone to change their opinion. Matt Jones is a 3-down back.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Jordan Reed. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
I know it's the first half, but it's still hard to curb the enthusiasm for that stop. 3rd and 1, and the offense can't get there. The defensive team has got to feel very good about themselves. Great job out leveraging the offense.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And New York set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to maneuver. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
They come out here in the eye. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it second and short.
I think we need to come up with a different name for this position. We keep calling it the fullback position. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback, but we know this. Whoever's coming out of that spot is usually bigger and stronger, and they may not run away from people, but they'll run through them.
Yeah, able to shed tacklers. We saw it right there.
Leopard. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Third down here. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So third down, just 1 yard to go.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 30.
He'll look to throw. And down he goes. A sack. They sack him back across midfield at about the 48-yard line.
Whenever you see a team deciding to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, as a defensive player, my mindset is we've got them now, and that's why they dialed up the blitz and got after them.
But occasionally, you want to pass it on 3rd and 1. I mean, not a lot for sure, but sometimes just to keep the defense guessing.
Oh, no doubt. You want to break tendencies as you go along with a game because you don't want them to just say, oh, 3rd and 1, we know exactly what they're going to do. But in this situation, as an offensive lineman, as a running back, I want to know why I didn't get the football.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And Reed with it over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Now let's go. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Over. Here we go now.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Defense showing blitz.
Now let's go. Leopard. Here we go. 319. 319.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now back to throw. A dump underneath to Jones. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Hurry up. Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. 319.
The play clock's running down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Bulldozes past him and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. And quickly the starting 11 now for the New York defense.
Janoris Jenkins combines excellent coverage ability with supreme confidence in himself. He thinks that no one is going to catch a pass in his area. Calls himself Clamp City.
Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go. Philly, here we go. No. Check. Patriot. All right, here we go. Lucky 56. Green 39. 56. Green 39.
They're going to look to throw. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Finding time. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
Now let's go.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
Here we go now.
They'll look to throw here. He's got time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And that is no good. He pulled it just a bit, just a wee bit wide left. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. But tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man.
Set. 319. 319.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And the hook up here with Jalen Strong, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. No. Check. Patriot.
And they'll go on the ground. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Back to throw now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Geno Atkins in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And they're definitely showing blitz here.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, line it. Leopard.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jalen Strong, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
They go play action here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Green 39.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's got time in the pocket. And he comes back with one complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Now let's go. Over. Leopard. Hurry up, here we go.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series.
Hurry up, here we go. Leopard. Here we go now. Green 39.
They'll look to throw again. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And this seemingly endless drive continues.
Here we go now. Blue line.
It's a quarterback sneak. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the 1st down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line.
Here we go now. 319.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants add on to their lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball is thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Leopard! Gone!
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Ray Malaluga in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So a big sack on 2nd down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for 3rd.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90! No, check! Patriot! Let's go! Blue 90! All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56! No, check! Patriot!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's brought in by Dodson. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
This one grabbed by A.J. Green. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Now let's go! Blue, gone! All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And able to find Green. 18 yards the gain for number 18. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A.J. Green, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to make this a close game again. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So after nearly turning it over, new life here for the offense on 2nd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Now let's go. Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Finding time. And that's going to be incomplete. Orleans Darkwa, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got time. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That one goes for 24 yards. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Whoa! It still won't go down. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Back to throw now on 1st down. Strong grabs it over the middle. He got 29 yards that time. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the 1st half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll look to throw again. This will be caught at about the 6. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Here we go now. Gun!
Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal.
3-19.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard as the first half is winding down. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. Yeah, that's perfect. 2, Davis, deep. Hey, I gotta go. Okay, and sorry about that. Didn't know Larry got cut off early. We are back and ready for the third quarter. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. B.J. Goodson able to run him down for a loss of a yard. And for the defense, their third sack of the game.
That number tells you that they're starting to put it together with their defensive game plan. They're starting to feel pretty good about what the offense is doing, bringing the pressure at the right time, and putting the quarterback on the ground.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. He was looking for Matt Jones that time, and that'll bring up a fourth down. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
No, check, Patriot. Patriot. Blue 90. Leopard. Set.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a gain of 24 that time. And it'll be first down, Giants.
I'm about to do a disservice to the catch we just saw. One-handed, coming down with it, just like that. Yeah, I know. Odell Beckham Jr. We're used to this, aren't we?
We are.
And that's just wrong on every level. That was spectacular.
Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Set! Blue 90!
They go play action here on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
His throw caught right around the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw. Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. A big win there defensively on second and goal. A loss of 7, and it brings up third. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. 6 plays got them down here. This is play number 7, third and goal.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This is a 26-yard attempt. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Over! All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down.
Set! 319! 319!
They'll drop to throw. And able to find Green. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Completes it right side to Dodson. 18 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Washington.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
In motion right comes Green. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Set! Blue! Gun!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. This will be caught at about the 3. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Green 39!
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. So here comes the kickoff. And what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Giants. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Evades the tackler, and now some space. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They'll look to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. Here's Brad Wing now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got his man here. It's Green. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll pitch it out to Jones. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. No, check. Patriot. Let's go. 319. 319.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Green 39. All right, Leopard.
Out of the gun now on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ray Malaluga in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Taken in at the 22. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
It's hauled in by Shepard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the 4th quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football.
The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Doesn't matter who the runner is going to be each week. Defenses get ready to gang tackle. They want multiple people to the ball. They want to make sure they take the proper angles to the runner, make sure there's no place for him to spin out and go what they call through the back door and get away from people. And they want plenty of guys there to hit him, try to knock the ball free, the whole deal. But on that play, the best laid plans did not work.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
All right, here we
And the defense definitely showing blitz here. They'll drop to throw, and that is incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Zuerlein's kick is good. But there is a penalty marker down. They might be forced to try this one again. Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They come out here in the eye. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And on the ground they go with a running back. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. Zuerlein now for the PAT. And the lead is now 13. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Redskins. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. 30 yards on the pickup there. And that leads to a Washington 1st down.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Back to throw here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
Leopard! Set! 3-19! 3-19!
2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they do.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And counting the defense here, the Redskins have 6 defensive backs out there. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll stop him right on the Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Here's Brad Wing now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Yeah, get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On the right side, caught by Green. A gain of 6 there on first. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers.
Lucky 56. Go, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And to give this time to the tailback. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Giants, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we sign off from Landover.
I wanna sit on private planes. I wanna scream my name on top of the Eiffel Tower. On the Eiffel Tower. I wanna hit that blackjack.